Hey, autumn has set in and boy, it's a busy time on homesteading. Stay tuned, I'll be right back and I'll share with you guys everything that's happening on the homestead. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Autumn has begun and homesteading is busy, busy, busy. I decked the house out with some of the fall decor and also some of my pumpkins I harvested just to get it a little bit festive and look like a fall. But that's just minor. I have been busier than a one-armed paper hanger in a hurricane. Now, when it was safe to do so, I was able to bring out my chainsaw and cut up all of the logs that I had stockpiled in this big log pile, and cut and split and stacked all the firewood along this fence. And I also did a demonstration on this wood rack I got for free from Vivor. That stacks half a cord of split wood. My cats have been really busy also. They've been busy catching rats and mice and squirrels and birds. Yes. Yeah, they deposited 2 rats right here. I have to warn my wife not to step on them. She'll get creeped out. Anyway, I'm also enjoying the blooms of the flowers, the fall blooms of the flowers in my backyard. Now, these are the flowers I got from a deep discount from my local garden supply last year. I saved a lot of money because they were dying, and it's just like they were just going dormant, so I planted them out here and look at them. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And then along the back fence line here, I have my squash. I planted pumpkin, a variety pumpkin, and some zucchini. I got a couple of zucchini in there to harvest. And then I'm going to attempt to make zucchini bread for the first time ever. Don't know. We'll see. Got more. Got grapes out here. I haven't harvested those grapes yet. And then I planted sunflowers out here. I got to plant some more because I got to buy some more. Yeah, I got irises to plant. I got a bunch of stuff that I'm planning to do. Don't know when I'll get it done, but I'm getting tired. My greenhouse is being useful, even though I'm growing some house plants in there. I've got them in there going. They seem to be doing very well. I'm also utilizing the screen on the worm bin here to dry out some sunflowers that I harvested. Now I'll set these sunflowers aside and feed them probably 1 a week to the chickens throughout the winter to give them something to do. And then I'm also drying out some onions to maybe use those to start this coming. I should start thinking about planting those onions here pretty soon. We'll see. Since we're on the subject of planting, my garden is just in full harvest mode right now. I've got beets right here that are ready to harvest. I've got a whole row of carrots that I've got to get dug up and harvested. And then I've got some turnips over here. I can use the turnip greens and the turnips. I love boiled turnip. Love boiled turnip. And then we got some marigolds growing in right there too. Down here I got some amaranth, and I also have some other pumpkin. I got a pumpkin growing right here. And then I've got some rainbow Swiss chard. It looks delicious. Just as it's setting, it just looks delicious. I've got some more pumpkin growing down, and some of it's growing up on the trellis. Right here I have cucumbers. Still harvesting lots of cucumbers. So I can see some in there I got to harvest next. And then over here I have some fresh dill growing up. So I'll harvest that dill and make one last bounty of dill pickles. Yeah, these tomatoes I am not impressed with at all. I am not going to grow this variety anymore. I'm just done. This is something I'm really pleased with. I've got a whole bunch of loofah that I'm growing for the first time ever. They're not ready yet. We're waiting for them to start turning brown and mushy, and then we'll peel them and make loofah sponges. Yeah, and I'll harvest the seeds and grow some next year. I got a pumpkin growing down here. And then over in this bed, I've got tomatoes. We had our first frost last night, so I tented the tomatoes. I've got a huge basket full of tomatoes that I harvested yesterday before I tented it. So I gotta come out here and fix the plastic again because it looks like the wind just blew it off. Over here in this bed, I just got comfrey. I've been harvesting that and feeding it to the livestock. It's a very medicinal plant. I'll be digging this up and transplanting it in another spot in the pasture so the animals can have free range on the comfrey, and then I can harvest whatever I need. I also have 2 thyme plants here. I've been using the thyme for some of my recipes. I also got these flowers and some chives growing in here also. This right here is an asparagus fern. I'm letting it go to fern to establish the root system, so I have asparagus to harvest next year as it comes in. And then I have strawberries, ever-bearing strawberries in that bed also. I'm going to try to grow out my strawberries and get more. And then my grapes. I harvested these grapes. These are the Catawba. And I made wine. It's out there. It's in the house right now, and it's going through the secondary fermentation process. You won't see the winemaking video until March when it's complete and I can do a final taste test. So stay tuned for that. These little bushes growing up over here with the fuzzy and the seeds, well, that's milkweed. I've been saving all the milkweed in hopes that the monarch butterfly comes and establishes a colony here. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping we get monarchs back. We haven't had a monarch here on our farm for a couple years now. Kind of disappointing that their numbers diminish, but I'm trying to do my part. Then there's my farm pond. I don't have to do much with it. I did a lot of work on putting in the retainer wall this year. And I just put a garden hose on it and keep it topped off. I run it for about 4 to 6 hours once a week, and it keeps it topped off until the rains start coming, and then that'll keep it full naturally. On the subject of the pond, I have those 3 Canada geese that flew in and adopted us. They seem relatively docile and really comfortable around humans. They'll eat with my other ducks and geese. I've got 4 geese. I got 2 ganders and 2 geese. I had 5 ducks. I got 4 ducks now. I'm missing a duck. What am I missing? I got duck, drake. Okay, my 5th duck, well, it's a drake. It's missing. I don't know where it's at. Maybe we got a predator. Well, that's sad. Yeah, chicken coop. Another thing on the farm, I just cleaned out the chicken coop. I put all fresh bedding down for them for the winter months. And also, I've got plans next year to paint the chicken coop and replace all the chicken wire with a finer mesh wire. Heavier duty screen to keep rodents out. I don't want rodents getting in there when I have them locked away. I don't want other critters getting in there when I have them locked away, because as the weather's turning, the rodents are coming in out of the wilderness and seeking refuge for food and shelter around our place. I keep bait under the house in these little portals. I keep that baited with Jiffy cornbread Bix and baking soda. It's 50-50 combination, so just put a couple of tablespoons down in there, and then if a rodent gets under there, it'll be attracted to it, eat it, and kills it. So I keep the rodent free from under my house and my crawl space if they can find a way in, because I hope they don't get in. I really hope they don't get in. And with the cats doing their job, I'm confident the cats are keeping the rats and the mice away from the house as they encroach closer to the house. I don't like that. The honeybees, well, they're less active today because it is kind of cool. I mean, this is October 8th. It is kind of cool. So they don't fly much. They don't like the cold weather, but there are some coming and going and foraging still. They're getting their food laid up for the winter months, and they'll survive. Take you into the bunny bungalow. Yes, my 2 new baby girl bunnies, they're fully grown now. In fact, on October 9th, which is tomorrow, they'll be at age to breed. Because a rabbit has to be, you should let your rabbit be such a certain age to breed. Now, on my breeding program for my rabbits, when I breed my does with a buck, you put the doe in with a buck, not vice versa. I'll put my doe in with the buck on Valentine's Day. I pick that day. I'll just turn the lights down low, turn the music on softly, light the candles, and let the romance happen. Doesn't take long at all. But I'll let my buck fall off of her at least 3 times, and then I'll give him a rest for a day and put the other doe in there, and then we'll do breeding 2 days in a row. Now, the gestation process that I use, my calendar events, these are significant calendar event days that I use for breeding my rabbits. Breed them on Valentine's Day, which in 2026, it's Saturday, February 14th. So by the time it takes for them to start getting ready to want to nest, you put the nesting box in on daylight savings time, which is Sunday, March 8th, 2026. Then the gestation is up, they're ready to kindle, and they kindle on another calendar significant date, St. Patrick's Day, which is Tuesday, March 17th. You want to get the nesting box in several days before they kindle. When a rabbit has babies, it means kindle. They kindle. And the babies are called kits. So they're born on St. Patrick's Day, and then when a kit is old enough to be weaned, I wean them on Easter Sunday, which is Sunday, April 5th, 2026. And then they're ready to sell. And it's a perfect time because Easter is a prime time to try to sell rabbits if you want to get rid of bunnies and sell them to generate, like me, I generate a little bit of income to help feed their bill. Otherwise, I grow them out and then I send them to freezer camp. And the age, like tomorrow, is the date that these does are old enough to breed. By the time the kits that are bred, that are born on St. Patrick's Day, they're old enough to breed on, get this, Labor Day, another calendar event day, which is Monday, September 7th. So there's the whole cycle on the calendar I use to breed my rabbits. Now, I have some folks that are a little upset with me for having my rabbits in cages, and there's a good reason why I have my rabbits in cages. They are not pets, they are groceries. And there's one thing about leaving your pet rabbits run amok. That's one thing. Go ahead, knock yourself out, let your pet rabbit run amok and be happy. Food, you don't want to let them run amok. I will not let my rabbits run free because there's a couple of problems. First, they can fall to predation. I could lose them by a predator, a hawk, an eagle. We've got them up here, owls, you know, anything that likes to eat a chicken likes to eat a rabbit. And what's really icky is these are my groceries, okay? They're food. And leaving them run around on the ground, you introduce them to parasites and other diseases. I don't want parasites in my food. So that's why I keep my rabbits clean, in a clean environment. It's a controlled environment. They're warm in the winter, they're cooled in the summer because I have an air conditioner out there, so I can control their environment. So that's enough said about that. Ain't gonna talk about it anymore. Let's move on. So this year I had a really good successful rate at hatching and raising turkey poults. I have 7 baby turkeys that I successfully hatched. Something was getting in there and eating the eggs, so I had to collect the eggs from the adults. I had 2 pair of adult turkeys. I had 2 gobblers and 2 jennies. And I'm not sure who's who, but the babies, look how big they're getting. They're getting huge. I'm trying to sell some on Craigslist because we got Thanksgiving coming up next, so I'll be selling them to people in my community who wants them, and that'll help offset my feed bill. I'm also culling 1 turkey for my table. Now, I did do some major renovation this year. I built a whole improved apiary for the turkeys. So they have a bigger area to run around in. They have the perch in there. They seem to be happy. It's dry, it's clean, they're protected. I don't have a predator problem as far as the turkeys go. The goat barn, I just did some improvements on it. I upgraded my hay lift. I put a motor on it. Check out that video. It's neat. I really love it. I love that new lift. It's a 12 volt powered lift that can get hay easily up into the loft now. So much better. And these are for my goats. I'm down to 3 goats. I got 1 billy goat, 2 nanny goats. The 2 nannies are pregnant. The younger one, I'm actually selling, so I'll only end up with 2 goats, but my nanny goat, she'll be having babies here coming up in March. Yeah, so we'll have new goats. These are Nubian goats. I chose this breed primarily for milk. Got a burn pile out here ready to burn, and I got some dead trees out here. One actually photographed falling during a storm. That was interesting. So I'm gonna come out here in a couple of weeks and cut some timber up and put them on a fire, make several fires out there just to try to keep my place cleaned up and mitigate wildfire probabilities on my farm. Now my tractor is in the shop. It hit 800 hours, so I had to go through the whole series of the 800-hour maintenance, changing the oils, changing the fluids, doing a lot of stuff to it, tire pressure, a lot of stuff. But there was the valves. After 800 hours, you have to have the valve clearance checked, and I'm not touching that. I sent it to the shop to have them fix that. They're also fixing something else on the tractor, and I should be getting it back here pretty quick. They've had it for almost a month, and I can't wait to get my tractor back because I got a compost pile, actually a double compost pile down there I want to turn and get it fixed and ready for next year when I build my new raised beds in my garden. I'm going to put all that soil and compost down on the bottom in my garden and really make it healthy. Nice healthy garden, double the size of my garden. Yeah, a lot of plans for next year, and that's what I meant when I said is busy in autumn. Being a homesteader, there's a lot of work to do, and I'm refraining from building projects for this year because Becky and I are, yes, I'm married, I have a wife, and we spend a lot of time together, and we decided just to focus all of our resources on debt this year and just get that out from under us. We'll be able to breathe a lot easier come spring, but that's what we're focused on right now. Well, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal and very busy homestead tucked up in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon. That alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Give us a thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media platforms. Helps us out. Remember, be safe. And please, folks, please be kind. We'll see you guys in my next adventure. Bye-bye now.